Friday is here. And I hope that you're ready to start the weekend off correctly.
I wonder how much it would be to get the rights to Friday by that one Rebecca Black. Don't you remember that? That was a sensation.
Was it?
Friday. Wonder if we could get the rights. I can't imagine that's too expensive.
No, it should be pennies on the dollar, really.
At that point, it should be in fair use.
Yeah. Great. Now I'm gonna have to look up the stupid songs.
You're welcome.
It's
it's what you would call a smash hit.
Oh, yeah.
A sensation.
I like it.
Much like your Cardigan Bees or your Megan the Stallions.
Are you speaking a foreign language? Are you having a stroke?
I might be, actually. I smell toast.
Okay. That's just your English brown.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot.
Cuisine that you got going on right now.
I put that on before we started this next episode.
Yeah. Jeez. Because I can smell it too, and I'm not stroking. I'm not having a stroke. But, let's quickly get the business out the way. Real quick, follow us on Facebook let's start with Facebook.
You're doing a great job.
menacingpodcast at Gmail.
Roll it back a little bit there.
Here we go.
The Four Roses is kicking in.
Yeah. So let's start with Facebook.
Yeah, you're doing a great job.
Menacing Podcast.
Love it. Yes.
Follow us on Twitter /X at Menacing Podcast.
What's our MySpace page?
MySpace at Big Sexy Menacing Podcast.
That's right. You know it.
Yeah. Look us up there. There's some gorgeous pictures of both of us from high school in our thinner / just God-looking years. I mean, our jawlines are crisp. Our hair is thick and flowing. And our voices maybe not quite as deep as they are now. But I mean, you get the voice with the jawline, and we still have the hair
model-esque.
Yeah. So if you hey guests, if you need some models for jeans, we're your guys. So make sure you send in your emails at menacingpodcast@gmail.com. Also, we know that you're sick and tired of the spot that you're living in. You want to get out of that gross neighborhood. No one power washes the outside of their house. No one washes the outside of their windows. You need out. Well, you know what? Hatowski Realty is there for you. Mike and Renee are there to hook you up and get you in to that Martha's Vineyard that you dreamed of. I'm not saying that they're going to get you into the actual Martha's Vineyard.
The Kennedys would never allow it.
Yeah. But they're going to get you into the Martha's Vineyard-esque housing that you want. The neighborhood where every neighbor, whether Maryland or Christoph, power washes the outside of their house and make sure that their windows are clean on the outside. Mike and Renee are going to get you into that neighborhood. So make sure you get a hold of the Hatowski Realty Group and get into that exclusive neighborhood. All right, let's get down to the brass tacks. It's Friday. Let's have some fun.
Where did that come from? Brass tacks?
I don't know.
Is it a tax on brass,
yeah.
or is it brass tacks that you would pin something to a bulletin board with?
I don't know.
Well, I feel like if you're going to use the phrase, you should know the origin of it.
Really?
Yes.
That's weird. Do you know the phrase the thumb rule?
The rule of thumb?
Yeah, there we go. That one too.
I've heard a theory of
what's that theory?
That it was you can't beat your wife or you can beat your wife with a what is it, a rod or something that's
a switch
that's as wide as your thumb.
Yeah, that's why I do thumb workouts.
At first I thought oh boy.
No, so it stays skinny, bro.
Oh, okay. Well, I was just trying to...
What?
I didn't know. I was like, oh boy, we're delving
I don't want meat cleavers.
We're that menacing, huh? Whenever that little lady tries to stray from the kitchen. I always thought when I first heard that, which I don't actually think that was true. I'm gonna level with you.
Sure.
I think that's bubkiss.
Oh, where did that phrase come from?
Well, I don't know.
Okay. There's Dick Buckus.
Okay, so you're trying to throw it in my face now. What is? Isn't it Dick Buckus? Yeah, that's about.
But I was just
That's Butkus.
bears.
Don't you bring that Butkus here?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know how he went like 1950s.
You said Bupkiss.
Yeah, and then
not Butt Kiss.
I could go into the origin of Bupkiss, but it just okay.
Oh, okay. All right.
But it's a long one.
Yeah. Much like the rule of thumb, apparently.
It's about old Ma Bubkiss.
Yeah.
Bringing her pies to the local fair.
I get that. Yep. I see where that's going.
You know?
Yeah.
You do.
I do.
That's good, because I wasn't sure. But I always thought when I first heard the rule of thumb, the theory
Sure.
of the rule of thumb
Yeah.
was that it was the length. It's like, how do
Wow. The length of your...
How does that work?
Guys are like, hey, bud, pull my thumb. That's where pull my finger came from.
Oh, my goodness. We're breaking so many things here.
Wow. Pull my finger. Really, they were just sticking out their thumb because they wanted it longer.
What was I talking about that led to this?
I don't know. I said, let's get down to the brass
tacks. Okay, so I threw us off.
Yeah, you really did.
Well, why was I talking about that?
I don't know, because I just wanted to get the podcast started.
Well, you're welcome. We're started.
The business was out of the way, and I said, let's get down to the brass
We
tacks.
got it. Hey, folks, if you have what is that? Would that be an idiom?
I don't know. You thought an acronym was an ahubugala or whatever it was.
That's what people.
An acrobat.
That's what people. Oh, acrobat. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Thought that was a type of flying mammal.
Yeah. No.
Acrobat.
No.
But they probably get it from watching bats, who are very acrobatic.
Yes.
That's where that word came from, that phrase.
Oh, the origin. Is this an origin show?
This is an origin show.
Oh, the menacing origin show.
Yes, exactly.
After 25 episodes, we're like Marvel, really.
Well, yes, exactly. And what a lot of people don't realize is that the Menacing Podcast is actually a spin-off of a British podcast called the Somewhat Troubling Podcast.
Sure.
That was broadcast on the BBC Three.
Yeah.
So
no, that's why no one ever heard of it. Because it was on the 3.
Nobody. Yeah, that's
again with the table hitting. Seriously,
why?
Sweet,
do we
merciful.
need to get a different table in here?
Maybe smaller. I don't know.
Get an
padded?
intern on this, and maybe a
You padded the walls, not the table.
Well, we didn't think it all the way through.
Yeah, apparently not.
We just knew that, we talked to an intern who had worked at a sanitarium.
Sanitarium? Yes.
It's very clean in there. I think it's supposed to be a sanatorium. But he worked at the sanitarium. It was a very clean insane asylum. The sanatoriums were notoriously dirty.
Right.
But, so he only knew about padding the walls.
Yeah, well,
we've since fired that intern.
Thank goodness. Let's get some. Let's pad this table next.
We'll get the next intern on that.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's going to be a little bit.
That's
We're
okay.
having a tough time keeping interns around.
That's fine. I understand. I keep seeing new faces around here. Not entirely sure what's going on. Whatever. I don't ask questions.
No, it's better not to ask questions.
I just go, hey, you know what? That person probably didn't work out. They were probably not menacing enough. They didn't want to join the cult of Brent, so.
Yeah, they
off with them.
Well, in fairness, they didn't know if they had to be whiskey lovers or bourbon lovers.
That's true.
Can you be Irish whiskey lovers?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Can you be Scotch lovers?
Oh yeah. If it's a whiskey, bourbon, Scotch, and if it's whiskey, absolutely.
The rule of thumb.
Ooh, should be a rule of wrist.
Pretty clever.
Yeah.
All bourbon is whiskey.
Yeah.
Also, the rule of thumb comes from Boondock Saints, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, because
I thought you were talking about the rule of wrist came from there. Did they have two rules?
No, because Okay, so we're gonna talk about a movie real quick.
Why?
The Boondock Saints.
Nobody likes that.
Boondock Saints.
Even I'm tuning out.
This guy said the rule of thumb is, and this feminist said, "Do you know where the rule of thumb comes from? It was back in the 1800s. A man could beat his wife with a switch no wider than his thumb." And then one of the main characters goes, "Hey, you can't do much damage with that, now can you? It should have been called rule of wrist."
Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. Okay,
He was Scottish. No, I'm sorry. He was Irish because
I'm guessing that's why you did the accent.
yeah, because he was the movie is actually centered around St. Patty's Day. Everybody's a little Irish on St. Patty's Day. So love that movie and Boondocks too. Everybody goes Boondock Saints. Yeah, I've seen that cartoon. Nope.
It's a cartoon as well.
Yeah, there's a Boondock Saints cartoon, I guess, but that's not. When I ask people, they're like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Do I look like I watch cartoons that are recent?" No, I watch the Looney Tunes.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
No, I don't watch.
You don't
No,
watch, okay.
I can't stand. No, I'm not about. I'm not about that.
Porky the Pig does the same thing, and you'll love that apparently.
No, it's different.
Yeah, that's all, folks.
That's different.
I thought I saw a wabbit over there.
Wow, look at you.
Yeah, we do. I do all the
Yeah, what's up,
impressions.
Doc?
Ha! We got him. You wascally wabbit.
But yeah, that's I like those movies. So, anyways, what were we talking about?
I have no idea.
Can somebody please email us what we were?
Yeah,
talking
can somebody get on that, please? We'll cover it on the next week's podcast.
Baby.
This is what we were talking about. But no, our overseas we're a spin-off of an American remake of the somewhat
British.
troubling podcast over in England.
Yeah, so I feel like America likes to take the BBC's shows and just make them better.
Like The Office.
The Office.
I never saw. Let's not get into movies. But did
That's
you ever
a
see
show.
the British?
That's a show.
Yeah, but it's entertainment.
okay. Well,
This
these are
show
movies.
is not entertainment.
Yeah, no.
So we don't delve into the topic.
I have seen the British Office.
Oh, you have? Okay,
Yes.
I have not.
Yes, I have. So I liked it.
Oh, okay.
'Cause Ricky Gervais.
Not even close.
Ricky
Gervais.
Gervais. Nope.
know
Said it
why.
wrong again. I am so sorry, England and Ricky. I'll just call you Ricky, like we're buddies. Because Gervais? What is it?
Gutierrez.
Gutierrez. There we
Yes,
go.
Ricky
So,
Gutierrez.
There we go.
That
So-
one you do just fine. It's the normal English names that you struggle with. You're with
What is it?
Gervais.
Gervais?
Hey,
Hey, there we go. Nailed it.
Nailed it.
He'll email the show. No, and he'll phonics it out for me.
The next Golden Globes he hosts, you're going to be roasted.
I don't even care. I would tune in for that.
I would too, actually.
I would absolutely. I would be laughing because the last time he held it, oh, hilarious. He is. I watched. Yeah, I know that we don't want to get off into entertainment, but I watched his.
We're doing a terrible job at not getting off into
I know,
movies
but
and TV.
we're talking about him, so I'm gonna. What was it? It was on Netflix. It was Afterlife.
Afterlife?
Yeah, I think his. So the premise is that his wife died, and he really doesn't want to go on with his life, but he keeps getting stopped, and or people keep needing him, and it's just it's sad, but he adds in humor, and it's really good. I liked it.
Interesting. Okay.
I think it's Afterlife.
I wouldn't know.
You wouldn't? Are you looking it up right now?
No.
Oh.
I tuned out and started looking up other things.
Are you buying stuff on Amazon right
Yeah,
now?
I am, actually.
Supporting Bezos, huh?
I love me some Jeff Bezos. Although he doesn't actually own...
That's weird. Well,
Amazon
no, because he's a gazillionaire. So I do have a question. I was thinking about this the other day.
Yeah, what's that?
Even though
I have an answer, most likely. Not
oh yeah.
correct. But...
Oh, I think you do.
Oh.
Even though I think I know your answer to this.
okay.
And maybe we've talked about it before, but I really want to know, what era do you feel like you would have either thrived in or really have enjoyed?
Oh, interesting. Actually, you bring up an interesting point because I did want to touch base on our episode last week.
Okay.
Where we talked about what actor we would want to be.
Yeah.
So after some consideration, I have to revise.
Oh no, you want to change your black actor, don't you? Jeez.
No, we'll keep him the same. Keith David will remain. I want to change my white actor.
Oh, okay.
Well, and that's okay. I would have to go.
Wait, hold on.
Yes.
Refresh the audience just in case if there's new listeners.
Okay, so we had a listener comment on Facebook, something you can do freely, about if there was what's that?
At Menacing Podcast.
You got it. Is that? Do we have the at?
Well,
it's just for the Menacing Podcast.
It's part of the grammar. I can't just say Menacing Podcast.
It's true. Social media is at. You at somebody.
Yeah.
So on this, we had a listener ask us if you could be any celebrity.
Yeah.
Right. Who would you be?
Right.
And at the time, I had said Gary Cole.
Yes.
However, which I do love Gary Cole. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. This is no offense to him. I'm sure he's a listener, and I don't want him to have his feelings hurt.
No, he won't be hurt.
But I would have to revise that to the great Tim Conway.
Oh.
I was watching a clip from the Carol Burnett show.
Okay.
Of which Tim Conway was a writer, actually. And then he became... Yeah, he was a writer before he was a cast member. He became a cast member later on.
I didn't realize he was... Maybe I'm just picturing him in a different... I don't know. Well, I just didn't realize he was that old.
Well, he's dead now.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, he's actually died, I would say, quite young. He had medical issues.
Give me a movie you played in. Tim Conway, because
yeah, he was in the Apple Dumpling Gang with Don Knotts.
Oh, I love the Apple Dumpling Gang. Right? Okay. Yeah,
they were the two.
Yeah.
Bumbling.
Okay. Yes. I was so maybe I was picturing somebody different. Okay,
but he was a writer and then later a cast member on the Carol Burnett show, and so I was watching some old clips of that on YouTube,
as you do, before you go to bed at 4:30.
Absolutely. Before the early bird special at 3. And
Ponderosa.
One thing I love about Tim Conway is he didn't mind taking his time on a joke. He would never rush the punchline. So he would be in a skit with Harvey Korman.
Okay.
And he would know, and you would see it on his face, he would know when he had Harvey dead to rights. Like Harvey was starting to crack because Tim's doing stuff that was not planned. And you can see his little mischievous grin. And he would just take his time. He knew he had the audience. He knew he had Harvey. And he would just milk and not do it in a way that was like, hey, look at me. I'm a funny comedian. He would just play it. He would let it play out naturally, but he wouldn't mind it. He wouldn't mind taking his time. It wasn't a rush to the punchline. It was just a steady, this is going to be hilarious, and everybody knew it.
Yeah.
And I just respect the heck out of him. Even in one of his most famous ones, which was the dentist sketch.
Okay.
That's probably the most well-known one with him and Harvey.
Okay.
Even that, he would let the laughs go. He would pause for the right amount of time. For the joke, for it to be maximum funny.
Yeah.
And I have to edit mine there and say, sorry, Gary Cole, I got to go with Tim Conway.
Hey, you know what? That's not a bad switch. I think we actually try to parrot his comedy, or at least the comedy of old, where we hold back a little bit, or at least play it out just enough, and then we hit you with the punchline.
Boom!
Yeah, you don't see us coming. We float like a butterfly and we stink like a bee.
And yes... Exactly. We stink like a bee.
Yes.
Nice anagram. So I have to edit that. And that also takes me I'd go back a little bit further, probably to the time period being, if there was an era. Do you say era or era?
I said era.
Are you an era guy or an era?
I don't know. I'm kind of both.
Okay.
Kind of depends on what. Actually, actually depends on the author that I'm reading that from. Because if I know it's an English author, I go era.
Much in the same vein, it's like epic versus epoch.
Nope, it's definitely epic.
That is the actual, but people do pronounce it epoch.
Epoch, really?
Absolutely.
There's no O. Epoch?
It is an O. E-P-O-C-H. Are you thinking epic? Like E-P-I-C?
Yeah.
No, that's different.
Apparently. No, it's way off.
Couldn't be more wrong.
Yeah, good thing I didn't get that word in the spelling bee. Holy cow.
No. Well, you would have had to have asked them to use it in a sentence.
No, actually, I was, when I did my spelling bee in the 4th or 5th grade or whatever,
Yeah.
I was out the first round.
Were you really?
On the word pale.
Were you thinking a bucket?
No, I spelled it P-A-L-E. I was like,
Oh.
nailed it. They're like, wrong, sit down.
Different type of...
Wow, thanks for just cutting me down at my knees.
You should have asked them to use it in a sentence.
Yeah. And I was like, okay. Well.
But epic...
I didn't want to be here anyway.
My mom made me. A period of time in history or a person's life, typically one marked by notable events or particular characteristics.
And that's epoch?
Yes.
Okay.
You're an epoch guy now, apparently.
Epoch.
It's actually pronounced epic.
Epic.
But I don't like that. I actually like epoch better because then you get it confused with epic.
Yeah.
There is an epic.
Yeah.
It means like, this is epic. This is awesome.
Exactly.
Great.
So what era?
What were you talking about?
Era.
So what era? That's a good question.
Okay. Do you want me to tell you
Maybe
what
the current one.
Era?
I like this era.
Yep. That's the era that I was like, no, Russ would be this one.
Yeah.
Where things do stuff for him.
Absolutely.
He doesn't have to do anything. Things can do it for him.
You would be spot on.
Yeah.
That is exactly that is how life should be. That is what we worked. We worked through all these eras of terribleness to make it to this point in time where we get to choose between which 80-year-old we want running the country.
Yes.
USA. USA.
Make America Britain again.
Yes, that's Make America Great Britain Again. That's the one.
Yeah. Okay.
I imagine for you.
Oh, I do want to hear what one you think.
I would imagine the 1950s.
Oh.
Maybe the 60s.
Do I look like a hippie to
Well,
you?
that's why I didn't really go for the 60s. But I would say 1950s. Maybe even far as back as the 1940s.
Ooh. So, if we're talking America era, yes, I'd be like 20s to 40s. If we're talking history,
no. Okay. Yeah. Are you going back to the 1800s?
Oh no,
1742 when Columbus was sailing the ocean blue.
That was 1490.
It's close enough.
1492.
It's all the numbers were there.
Close enough. 300 years off.
Tomato, potato.
And even further back than Columbus. Yeah. I'd be like
30.
Yes, 30 80.
80 30.
Yeah. I would be.
It's actually BC. Wait, no,
whatever.
What is it?
BCE.
What do they call it now after? Oh, CE. Current era. It's BCE and then CE.
Okay. Before current era.
Current era.
No, I definitely would be like Vikings era.
Which is?
I think that is actually like 700s to like 1300s.
Okay. Vikings era. Yeah. You'd always want to be pillaging and murdering and
why not?
Yeah, why not?
Well, no, because no offense, and absolutely no offense to our military nowadays, but
you mean the military where they show ads where the commanding officer has a scope on backwards and does not have proper form while holding the gun?
Yeah,
that's
or the gentleman sitting in the station with a pretend joystick, and he's not pretend, but he's got a joystick in front of him like it's a video game, and he's controlling a drone.
You don't like that? You like it where I want to make sure people actually die in war.
No, I actually want people to see the person in front of them that they're about to kill. Because guess what? I bet you we wouldn't have that many wars.
Well, why wouldn't you just be in the 1930s or 40s where it was the gentlemanly warfare reigned supreme?
And then, because if you remember the 40s, that was World War II.
Right, but they believed in fighting, though.
Yeah. But you still had guns and gunpowder and stuff. You didn't have to be right up close. I want the swords, the spears. I guess bow and arrows, you don't have to be up close. But eventually they're going to be up close.
I can do all that same stuff in Grand Theft Auto.
Right, yeah. See, this is your perfect era.
I can literally play a game called Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Oh,
where
really?
I'm a Viking.
Oh, yeah. Have you played it?
I have. I own it. Yeah, absolutely.
Have you made your own character?
Yeah.
Yeah, you lied. You didn't make the character that's based off of you.
No, goodness, I couldn't have a character just sitting around.
Oh, he's the baker.
You want me to do what with an axe?
Just chop firewood.
I don't even use a knife to cut the bread. I'll rip it in half. I find knives to be unseemly.
If you're Russ's friend,
I was going to be a butcher, but I didn't want to kill the pig.
So you just stuck with the wheat and
yes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. It probably terrifies you a little bit when you have to pull the bread apart too.
Yeah. So. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Apologize.
I know you had a family.
Yeah. Odin, please forgive me.
All the yeast that was killed.
No, but yeah, I would like that era. I don't know why. I think it's because
I don't think you're happy unless you're murdering.
Yeah, that's
pillaging.
Me. Yeah,
leading a clan.
Yeah. What? Can we back that
not
up? I'm not leading any clans. I have a cult. I'm not leading clans. I'll lead a cult. I won't lead a clan.
They had clans in the Viking era. You have to own it.
Yeah.
You have to own it.
Yeah.
It's clans with a C, though.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Clan
not
with the C.
not the other
with the
type.
K.
That's
okay.
not the bad. That's the bad type.
Yeah. The clan with the C is a good type where we go in and...
I'm not sure. I didn't say it was the good type. I'm just saying it was a different type.
It's a better type.
It's a different type.
We're just looking for land, dude. Okay, just give us your money and your land.
For freedom!
We're not Scottish.
Oh, well, that's where the Scots came from.
Oh, the Vikings, huh? The Danes.
Ladies?
Yeah, no, not dames.
Oh, okay.
Danes.
Oh, Danes.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
The Claire Danes.
Yeah.
The Eric Danes.
Yeah, exactly. Great Danes.
The Great
Whatever. But yeah, I think that would be the one, because I feel like this is so silly, because it's kind of serious, and I'm not trying to joke, or actually I'm trying to joke, but it is serious.
Which one?
Flip
one of those.
Yeah, just grab a drink; it'll make sense.
Straightens itself out.
Yeah, exactly. My daughter and I were passing a church the other day, and she goes, "Oh, they're adding on to it." And I go, "Yeah, we humans have to have stimulus to make us feel good. So our churches have to be entertainment centers. We have to make sure that we're entertained somehow, because this is like, it's a big church." And I'm like, yeah, they have to add more so that everybody is entertained somehow in some type of fashion. That's why we have a computer in our pocket and and all this stuff. And she goes, oh, and I was like, that's why I like the old days where you had to go outside and entertain yourself.
Yeah, they never built entertainment things like coliseums or the Hippodome.
Yeah, okay, they built that, but how? It wasn't like you could just flip it on whenever you want. You know what? I'm just gonna go to the Coliseum to watch. No one's fighting today, dude. Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna go out and kick that rock. All right, go for it.
That's why, because it was so miserable back then. That's why we are where we are now. Because we're like, that's a terrible way to live.
We're like, you know what? can't have gladiators.
I want them to be fighting all the time in the... no, we still want people to fight like that.
Let's have the UFC.
I was going to say... Exactly. We still like that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you know...
Yeah, but they don't have swords.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
They're not killing each other short term.
Actually,
just long-term brain damage.
I did see... Well, no, it's brain damage in a long-term form.
Yes, okay.
Yeah,
That's
it's like over time. Shout out Ali. I did actually see, I think, at the Arnold Classic, which is a pretty big deal.
The Arnold Palmer Classic? Like golf?
No. The Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, okay. I didn't think so. I was really... You threw me for a loop there. I thought you were golfing, or watching golf.
I definitely like to golf. I'm about 7 strokes a hole, so prolific golfer, prolific. But I saw at the Arnold Classic, I think they're bringing back night fighting, where people dress up in...
Like they joust?
Okay, no, not joust. Sword fight. Yeah.
Oh wow.
They have the full metal armor on. They have the mesh armor. Like, yeah, and they're fighting with swords. I'm like, holy cow!
I do something similar. I have a video game called Mountain Blade, the Banner Lords.
It's nothing similar. That's when you have to do it in person, dude.
Well, but I am in person.
No,
up in my
you're
living
in person in your living room.
You go around to these little villages and you build your army up.
Yeah.
Go in and fight.
There you go.
Yeah.
No, you have to do it like... I want to see you suit up in armor and sword fight somebody.
I'll show you the game after
No.
this.
No. I want you in armor with a sword in your hand against another real human being in armor in the same ring. I want to see that.
We're out of time, unfortunately.
No.
The end of the podcast.
Oh, okay. You think that's clever, but we can have our listeners chime in saying that they want to see you in armor with a sword fighting with somebody.
And you're going to find out how well video games prepare people for real life. This is the moment.
I'm sure you're going to be yelling in your helmet. X.
It's a PlayStation.
Circle.
They also have X, but you would know that because you're supposed to be a PlayStation person now.
I haven't really. I haven't had time, dude.
All right.
Time.
I'll give you a pass this time. A
lot of hockey.
But there's movies about like Gran Turismo where the guy was a video gamer, car racer.
Oh yeah. Well, that's a real. Yeah, that's based on
right. That's based on a real story. Yeah. So this would be my moment.
This is your moment, huh?
Yep.
You're stepping up. You're the next Knight's Tale. You're Heath Ledger.
Why is armor so heavy? Who invented? How are you supposed to? The sword that's real. This thing is. How am I supposed to lift this?
Okay, real question though.
Yeah.
Do you think your wife would go and watch you?
Die? Yes. Absolutely. Be up in the audience going, time to pay off the house with that life insurance.
She just thumbs up the other guy.
Standing over my body, she raises her, points it down.
Yeah. I glance up into
Finish him.
Yeah. She's the one that grabs the mic and goes, finish him.
Yes.
All right. That took a weird turn. The fight's going to be in Indiana.
Yeah. My favorite state. For some reason. I don't even know why.
At least you're dying in your favorite state.
At least I died in Terre Haute. Said no one ever.
I'll make sure, though, at your funeral, as a good friend, I'll make sure at your funeral we get the ukulele orchestra back. I'll make sure they do the entire show too.
No matter what they do, it always sounds so lively with a ukulele. It just always sounds happy.
Yeah, we'll make sure it's a happy occasion. They'll want you know. How did he die? A night fight. A what? Oh, you heard me. He was prepared, and then he actually picked up a real sword, and it was too heavy.
They make them out of steel.
Yeah.
I'm only used to the foam ones. Maybe a plastic one from the dollar store.
You fighting younger kids.
Back in my time as a real knight.
All right. Hey, you know what? We had fun.
I actually had a topic, too, and we didn't even get to it.
Oh, man. Oh, good. Tune in next week as we get to Russ's topic. Make sure that you enjoy the week and hug a loved one. And if you don't like that loved one, sign them up for a night fight against Russ.
I'm going to have to get a job at Medieval Times to practice.
Yes. Yeah, and until next week, make sure you get a hold of us on Facebook, Menacing Podcast, or Twitter/X at Menacing Podcast. Send in your thoughts, ideas, who would win in a night fight, Russ or somebody else. Menacingpodcast at gmail.com.
I only fight during the day, so it's tough when it's in the evening.
You got night blind.
Yeah, I got to wear my glasses at night.
Yeah,
and
it doesn't fit in the helmet.
Yep.
I get it. And also make sure that you tune in on any platform that host a podcast. iTunes, YouTube Music, Stitcher. Rate, review the show. We really appreciate it. And I know that you're going to miss us, but we're going to be back before you know it. We're going to get to a topic that Russ had, apparently. And we're going to tickle your eardrums. We're going to make you think a little bit. Yeah. And we're going to probably make you question why you listen to us. But it's because you want to be us. Until next week.